2024 Bantamweight amateur title on the line. Anthony Hogeback. Listen, Anthony just relocated. He's over at Stout, Pittsburgh, and they have a strong team over there. And he is taking on Eric Beitz. Listen, Eric Beitz over at NPR's.
Ladies and gentlemen, as our fighters are exiting the event area, our next contest is going to be the first of our 2 title fights here tonight. It'll be under advanced amateur rules. And we are going to crown the new Art of War Bantamweight champion. With that, ladies and gentlemen, let's now bring the fighters to the cage. Coming down the aisle, please welcome Anthony Hogeback.
In my interview with Anthony, I love we talked about the mental part, Earl. He's had 5 fights now. I asked him, you know, you had 5 fights now, Anthony. What was the most surprising? What was the most shocking thing to you? What was it like? What stuck out to you now that you have 5 fights? And he said, Bob, I really wasn't prepared for how mental it was. He said, you know, and it's not just, there's so much when you talk about mental. It's like thinking about combinations and things like that. And he, you know, he's made adjustments, but he talked about being shocked in his second fight at how at his opponent, Michael McCaffrey, how ready he was to fight, and it took him out of his game. And he's learning process, but he was really, you know, open about how mental the sport is, and you know, realizing it's not just about being the strongest or fastest guy, how much the mental part of the sport is.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. And as I just got done explaining to you earlier, these Amis need to get as much experience as possible, because when you get to the pros, those guys are pretty tough. You know, you want to be able to see it all before it's permanent on your pro record. And I remember watching this kid fight at Stellar Fights against one of my students. We call him Scooter, Crazy Scoot. So I can imagine that's where he got his experience from. That was a dog fight. So I think Anthony's going to be prepared against our guy here, Eric Beitz, who comes in 3-0, undefeated here tonight. And NPR's had a really busy night and a pretty successful night here. So
Listen, Eric may be of the guys on their card tonight as amateurs. He may be their most advanced and their best. I think he's going to be fighting professionally soon, and probably with some time in 2024. He really has a high IQ for a younger fighter. He's a dog. He's just impressed me. Every fight he's had, all 3, he's gotten better. Yeah, he's fighting the best guys that he can fight, and you know, he's earned this title fight, and I look forward to the future. Even whether he's victorious against Anthony Hogeback or not, I think Eric Beitz has a really nice future in the sport. I enjoy watching him fight, and we'll see here how he makes out trying to win his first championship belt.
I think I see this from a different angle here. So we have an undefeated guy, a stud guy here in Beitz, undefeated, 3-0, and we have the hound dog, Hogeback, who's had hard, grinding fights. And like he's spoken to you, he's like, man, I found out how hard this is. So I think that might be a pathway here. If Anthony can make this a grueling, nasty fight to a guy who doesn't know what it's like to get his ass beat, it can change the fight. So we'll see who can establish their game plan and come home with that gold. Much easier said than done, obviously.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is brought to you by Intramelectric. It's an advanced amateur bout set for 3 3-minute rounds of war. And it is for the Art of War vacant Bantamweight Championship. Introducing to you first, challenger number 1, out of the blue corner to my left. He weighed in at 136.4 pounds. He represents Stout Pittsburgh. He has a 3-2 record, and he hails
great matchmaking here tonight.
Absolutely, and like I said, both of these guys are hard workers, talented, and I love this matchup.
I'm really interested to see how this turns out. Two young and experienced guys here.
Beitz is on the trail already. Immediately bites in on the leg. Makes a living on the ground. And to the back.
If you're Anthony, this is, oh, he gets the hook in from the cage. It's very important to have that cage side hook in to begin with. And it looks like you can kind of get shimmied off here, but as long as he has a good grip, a one-on-one grip here on that far side, it'll keep you stuck on there.
Really goes in there with a plan. He really does. Trouble. And a lot of times your plan don't work out, you know.
Yeah. Kind of loses that back position here. Gets his head stuck underneath here. He's got to be careful. That could be pretty tight. Oh, look at the body language on Bass, and he got caught.
Wow! Hogeback. Trouble's going to hold it down, and I'm going to go talk to the Hound Dog.
Congratulations, Anthony Hound Dog. And I had kind of mentioned it just a little bit earlier. This guy said, Bob said, he's been to wars, he's fought. So even though Beitz is maybe the favorite in it, he didn't lose any composure. He just took his time. Was in a bad position with his back caught, and damn, just caught Beitz just slipping for a second. Like I said, when you don't know what it's like to lose, sometimes you get a little bit overzealous, and that's nothing that Beitz can't work on and get better at. Sometimes it's one of those things you have to learn through experience, and that's what you're seeing here in Ottawa Cage in the amateur division. I think it's important that Beitz just gets right back after it, man. You got to kind of just shimmy that off and say, look, it's just like I got caught in class. You know, you grapple with somebody, sometimes you get caught. Just get right after it. Shoot, get on Ottawa October 20th and just send it. But congratulations to Anthony, man. Sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. It was a little shaky, got his back took in, and that's a scary spot to be. But as I alluded to earlier, I've seen this kid in wars down there in Delaware, where it's almost full rules as an amateur, and kept calm and was able to deliver that, looked like a ninja choke in the first round.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest came to an end at 59 seconds in round number 1. Your winner by tap out to the guillotine choke and new Art of War Bantamweight champion, Anthony Hogeback.
Congratulations, Anthony. A good show to Eric Beitz coming out here and putting him on the line.
Anthony, wow, beautifully done. Listen, talk me through the submission. Did you plan on him shoot? Did you think he was going to come in, go for the takedown right away? Talk to me, because you knocked it up like you knew it was coming. Yeah, that was something that I was really trying to look for. I knew he shot this and I did the same side every time. So that's something I was looking for. And listen, I think he was probably the best opponent you've ever faced. That's amazing to say Miami, where he's from, down Florida. He's like, what am I doing here? Good job. Talk to me about your future.
He did all that after today. Where'd you go? Yeah, should have done that. That's the best one. Vito's so good, man. I went there the other day and passed my one back.
I'm sure Scott's very proud that I have another